Hello there, and welcome back to Mistake Studios, where today we have an interesting story about an interesting dude, Mr. Elvis Presley. Now you may be saying, who is this old guy? I've seen him on ugly t-shirts in Goodwill, and I know that people can be married by Elvis in Vegas, but not much else. Why should he get my vote for the Hall of Fame? Well, let me, an Elvis professional, as of today, teach you all about the King and why his legacy influences you and the entire world. Here's some quick and also very boring personal information about Elvis Presley, one of the biggest best-selling musical acts of all time, with more than 1 billion records sold worldwide. His birthday was January 8th, 1935. His death day was August 16th, 1977. He was 42 years old. His birthplace was Tupelo? Sure, Tupelo, Mississippi. His birth name was Elvis Aaron Presley. His father was Vernon Presley. His mother was Gladys Presley. He was married to Priscilla Presley, May 1st, 1967, and divorced her October 9th, 1973. His one child is Lisa Marie, and her birthday was February 1st, 1968. His first song recorded was That's All Right Mama. His last song performed was Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. He served in the military of the U.S. Army in 1958 to 1960, so probably not a communist. Whew, glad that's done. Now we can move on to the fun stuff. Let's get right into it. Elvis fought against segregation. Now you'd be like, what? Well, stop being shocked and listen to me talk. As you may have heard when I was spouting out facts, Elvis grew up in the South. As a result of his heritage and the sounds of his evangelical church choir, he blended old white country with African American blues to form rock, this new genre. This move was risky and a low-key political one because, if you remember, this is the time of the Civil Rights era was brewing all across the nation. And by Elvis's music style blurring some of the lines of segregation, it angered a lot of people. Radio stations of both colors didn't know whether to play his music or not due to his race and the sound of his voice. Eventually, the radio started to play, and so another bridge was formed between races due to Mr. Presley. This is one race, another race, and a bridge. I mean, he was a pioneer. Just think about it. People weren't even drinking from the same water fountains then, and to have them listening to the same radio, not the same radio, the same person on the radio was absolutely revolutionary. Alright, what do we got next? Oh yes! Elvis did seem to enjoy breaking barriers and turning the world on its head, like you'll see in our next segment of the story. You can't talk about Elvis and not mention his risque performances. Yes, The Ed Sullivan Show had Elvis on for the first time in 1956, and before him, performances looked like this. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Pretty boring, right? I mean, not bad, but now watch Elvis's performance. Crazy, right? I mean, think about how different, he certainly didn't just stand there before Elvis, and everybody sort of just blended together before him. Now look at Buddy Holliday's outfit. And now check out Elvis's. Remember that performance on the Ed Sullivan Show? Well, there was such an outcry over his moves, so suddenly Elvis was only being filmed from the top up. See? He was a controversial public figure and was loved and hated for it. Here are 4 more facts to brighten your day. His American sales earned him gold, platinum, or multi-platinum awards for 150 different albums and singles. During his concert years from 1969 to 1977, Elvis gave nearly 1,100 concert performances. Elvis had 18 #1 hits in the U.S. from Heartbreak Hotel, 1956, to Suspicious Minds, 1969. Elvis is the only solo performer to have been inducted into the Rock and Roll, Country, and Gospel Halls of Fame. so he should be inducted into ours, I mean, obviously. Once you see all of his awards, it seems crazy to believe that Elvis came from nothing. He was born in a shotgun 2-bedroom shack in what was known as the roughest town in North Mississippi. And if that doesn't do it for you, Elvis was being talked about in the media recently. On October 31st, 2018, Forbes names Elvis number 2, Michael Jackson being first, on its top-earning dead celebrities list, with an estimated $40 million in earnings. That's crazy. He's dead, and he's still earning, whatever. November 16th, 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump awards Presley the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. Elvis passed away on August 16th, 1977. Thousands of mourners gathered outside his Memphis estate in private tribute. Commenting on Presley's legacy, the U.S. President Jimmy Carter said, "His music and his personality permanently changed the face of American popular culture." I want him to say that at my funeral. If the current president and past presidents are recognizing somebody that died in 1977, then they must be an influential person. People still come to see Elvis's home. According to Parade.com, more than 600,000 fans flock to the King's iconic Memphis mansion every year, typically making it the second most visited private house in the country after the White House. According to the Rolling Stone, it was Elvis who made rock and roll the international language of pop. The Rolling Stone Encyclopedia of Rock and Roll describes Presley as an American music giant of the 20th century who single-handedly changed the course of music and culture in the mid-1950s. So without Elvis, zoom in now, Sean, we might not have had this, or 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 this, and yeah, or that. Can you imagine our lives without those performers and those performances? You have Elvis to thank. And looking ahead, Elvis' legacy will continue on as more artists choose not to confine themselves into just one genre. Looking at you, Taylor Swift. Elvis belongs in the Hall of Fame without a doubt, due to his achievements as a person, as a musician, in his life and in his death. He is a forefather of modern music and performance, and he wears blue suede shoes. What's not to love? How could you not vote for the King? Let's end this news segment with a quote from Elvis Presley. Quote, "People think you're crazy if you talk about things they don't understand," end quote. Well, for the sake of Elvis, myself, and my APUSH grade, I sincerely hope that you don't think I'm crazy and understood why you should vote for Elvis Presley, the King of Rock. Thank you for listening. I'm Brecken Stiles from Mistake Studios, and stay tuned, because coming up next, I'm Marty Tracer, a memoir. Thank you.